I'm so glad you're here because today, we're going to talk about something that affects so many dog owners, yet isn't talked about nearly enough: ear infections in dogs. It's something you've probably heard of before, and if you haven't dealt with it yet, you're one of the lucky ones. But trust me, it's only a matter of time before most of us end up facing this issue with our furry friends. Now, picture this: your dog is shaking their head a lot, or constantly scratching at their ears. Maybe you've even noticed a funky smell coming from their ears, or worse, a weird discharge. That's when you start getting a little worried, right? You think, is this normal? Is my dog okay? And you should be worried, because these are all classic signs of an ear infection. Now, before you panic and rush your dog to the vet, let's take a deep breath because today, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about ear infections in dogs, how to spot them, how to treat them, and even better, how to prevent them. Sounds good, right? But, hey, before we dive deep into all of that, I've got a quick question for you. What's the name of your dog? Go ahead, drop it in the comments. I'd love to know who we're talking about today. Alright, let's get started. What is an ear infection in dogs? Okay, first things first, let's break it down. What exactly is an ear infection in dogs? An ear infection is when bacteria, yeast, or sometimes even parasites infect the ear canal. This can cause inflammation, discomfort, and a whole bunch of other problems for your dog. It's actually one of the most common health issues for dogs, especially for those breeds with floppy ears, like bulldogs, cocker spaniels, and basset hounds. Dogs with long, floppy ears are more prone because their ears create a nice, warm, and moist environment where bacteria and yeast love to thrive. So, if your dog's ears are the kind that flop down and stay closed, you'll want to be extra careful. But listen, don't think that only floppy-eared dogs get ear infections. Dogs with ears that stand up can still get them too, especially if they have a lot of hair in their ears or if they swim a lot. So, it's important to keep an eye on those ears no matter the breed. How do you know if your dog has an ear infection? Now that you know what an ear infection is, let's talk about how you can tell if your dog has one. The signs are pretty easy to spot, but they might not always be so obvious, especially in the beginning. So here are the things to watch out for. Constant ear scratching or shaking of the head. If your dog is constantly scratching at their ears or shaking their head like they're trying to get something out of there, this is a red flag. It means their ears are bothering them, and they're trying to get some relief. Unusual odor. This is a big one. If you start to notice a strange, yeasty, or foul smell coming from your dog's ears, you've got a problem. It usually indicates an infection. Trust me, you'll know it when you smell it. Discharge or fluid. If you notice any discharge or fluid coming out of your dog's ear, whether it's yellow, brown, or even bloody, that's definitely a sign of infection. It's something you don't want to ignore. Redness or swelling inside the ear. When you take a peek inside your dog's ear, and yes, you'll need to look, if you see redness or swelling, that's another sign that something's going on in there. Healthy dog ears should be pale pink and clean, not inflamed and irritated. Pain or sensitivity. Dogs are pretty good at hiding pain, but if you notice that your dog is more sensitive when you touch their ears, or they're even vocalizing when you try to clean or touch them, that could be a sign that they're in pain from an infection. Now, you might be wondering, how do these infections even happen in the first place? Well, there are several potential causes. Let's go through a few of the most common ones. Bacteria and yeast overgrowth. Dogs' ears are a warm, moist environment, and guess what? Bacteria and yeast love that. If the ear canal stays too moist, it can lead to an overgrowth of bacteria or yeast, causing an infection. Allergies. Dogs with allergies, whether environmental or food-related, are more prone to ear infections. Allergies can cause inflammation in the ear canal, leading to infection. Parasites. Sometimes, ear infections are caused by external parasites like ear mites. These little pests can cause irritation and infection in the ear canal. Water exposure. If your dog swims a lot, or if water gets trapped in their ears after baths, it can create a breeding ground for bacteria and yeast. That's why it's so important to dry their ears thoroughly after any water activity. How to treat an ear infection in dogs in one simple step. Alright, now that we know what we're dealing with, let's talk about how to treat it. And yes, I'm going to show you how to handle ear infections in just one simple step. The most important thing when it comes to ear infections is keeping your dog's ears clean and dry. You need to make sure that you're gently cleaning out the ear canal, removing any debris, wax, or gunk that might be contributing to the infection. Here's how you can do it. Get a good ear cleaner. The first thing you need is an ear cleaner that's designed specifically for dogs. Do not use human ear cleaning solutions, they can be too harsh for your dog's sensitive ears. Look for a product that's gentle, effective, and safe for pets. Apply the cleaner to a cotton ball or pad. Use a cotton ball or pad to apply the cleaner to the ear. Gently wipe the inside of the ear canal to remove any dirt, wax, or discharge. Be gentle. You don't want to hurt your dog or push anything deeper into the ear. Let the ear dry naturally. After cleaning, let your dog's ear dry naturally. You don't need to use any cotton swabs or try to dig around too much. Just clean the outer parts of the ear and let the air do the rest. Repeat as needed. You can repeat this process as needed, depending on the severity of the infection. If the infection doesn't clear up after a few cleanings or if it gets worse, you'll want to consult your vet. But usually, regular cleaning will help. Now, if you're looking to take your dog's ear health to the next level and prevent ear infections from happening in the first place, I've got something amazing for you. There's a natural probiotic that helps keep your dog's ears and immune system in great shape. This probiotic works by balancing your dog's gut health, which in turn can help prevent ear infections and other common health issues. I've been using it with my own dogs, and it's been a game changer. If you want to check it out, I'll leave a link down in the description. It's a super easy way to give your dog extra protection against ear infections, and trust me, your dog will thank you for it. How to prevent future ear infections. Of course, the best way to handle an ear infection is to prevent it in the first place. So, here are some tips to keep those pesky ear infections at bay. Regularly clean your dog's ears. Even if your dog doesn't have an infection, it's still a good idea to clean their ears once in a while to prevent buildup. Dry their ears after swimming or baths. If your dog loves the water, make sure you dry their ears thoroughly afterward. Keep an eye out for allergies. If your dog suffers from allergies, managing those can help reduce the risk of ear infections. Use the probiotic. Like I mentioned earlier, using a natural probiotic to support your dog's immune system can help prevent future infections. And there you have it, folks, how to treat and prevent ear infections in your dog with just one simple step. It's easy, it's quick, and it works wonders. Plus, by taking extra steps like using a natural probiotic, you can keep your dog's ears healthy for the long run. If this video was helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe for more dog care tips. And remember, leave a comment with your dog's name. I love reading about your pups. Until next time, keep your dogs happy, healthy, and ear infection free.